You know that feeling, right? When you're just completely overwhelmed, and there's that nagging little voice in your head telling you you're about to fail. We've all been there. So let's dive into this. Because what if you could finally understand that feeling and actually take back control?
Just think about it for a second. That tight knot you get in your stomach, just looking at your to-do list. Or that voice in your head that just gets louder and louder, whispering every single doubt you've ever had. You know the drill. You're working on a deadline, things are going okay, and then, boom, another email lands, another task gets piled on, and suddenly your mind just starts racing. You feel frozen.
And that's the disconnect, isn't it? I mean, the trigger itself, the deadline, the extra task, that one email, it's usually manageable. But it's the internal reaction, that knot, the racing mind, that feeling of being completely stuck, that's what's truly overwhelming. It's not really the work that paralyzes us, it's the worry.
All right, so to start taking back control, we have to get one thing crystal clear. We throw around the words stress and anxiety like they're the same thing, but they're not. Not at all. And understanding that difference, honestly, that's your first superpower.
So what is stress exactly? Well, think of it this way. It's your body's direct reaction to an external trigger. You know, like that tough email from your boss or a huge project deadline that's creeping up. That's stress. It's that fight or flight jolt that's actually designed to help you, to sharpen your focus and help you perform when the pressure's on.
Anxiety, though. Anxiety is what happens next. It's the internal story we tell ourselves after the stressful thing is over. It's that whole cycle of fear and worry and self-doubt that just kind of lingers, long after the email's been sent. It's the residue that stress leaves behind in our minds.
Okay, here's maybe the simplest way to remember it. Stress is the spark, but anxiety is the fire that spark starts in your mind. The really good news, though, you don't have to just stand there and let it burn.
Because here's the truth. That feeling of anxiety, it is not a life sentence. It's a habit. And you know what? Like any habit, it can be broken. So we're going to break it. We're going to do it with a simple 5-step framework designed to help you take your calm back.
Okay, here it is, your toolkit. We've got recognize and name it, anchor yourself, reframe your self-talk, shift your focus, and visualize the best. Each one of these steps builds on the last. Think of this as your roadmap out of that internal storm. Step 1. The second you feel that cycle starting up, don't fight it. Just pause and name it. Literally say to yourself, okay, this is anxiety. See, the simple act of calling it out, of seeing it as a separate thing, something you're experiencing, not something you are, that instantly starts to strip it of its power. Okay, step 2, you anchor yourself. Look, anxiety absolutely thrives in chaos, right? So you create calm with a simple, non-negotiable daily routine. And this can be anything. A 5-minute walk, writing just 3 sentences in a journal, even just drinking a full glass of water before you check your phone. This little routine becomes your anchor, and it signals to your brain, hey, we're safe, we're in control here. Now, step 3 it's absolutely crucial, because that inner critic, the one that fuels all this anxiety, it's a liar. Just ask yourself this. Would you ever talk to your best friend the way you talk to yourself? No way! Of course not. So the next time that negative self-talk kicks in, I want you to stop and ask, what would my most supportive friend say to me right now? And then say that to yourself. All right, step 4, and this one might sound a little counterintuitive at first. See, anxiety makes us turn inward, right? We get totally wrapped up in our own worries. The fastest way out of that internal storm is to deliberately look outward. Do something small for someone else. Send a quick thank you text. Offer to help a colleague with something. It's amazing how powerfully that shifts your attention away from your own head and toward an external connection. And finally, step 5, we flip the script. We are so hardwired to ask ourselves, what's the worst that could happen? But that question is just pure fuel for fear. So instead, I want you to ask, what's the best that could happen? And don't just ask it, really visualize it. Feel what that success would be like, the pride, the relief, the confidence. Remember, your brain believes the stories you tell it. So let's start telling it a story of hope, not one of fear. So you have these 5 steps, but they're all powered by one core engine, self-compassion. For years, we've been sold this idea that to be successful, you have to be tough on yourself, that perfectionism is the goal. Well, that's a lie. We all know this voice, don't we? It's harsh, it's relentless, and it's basically gasoline for anxiety's fire. It's the one that tells you any little mistake is proof that you're a failure, that you're just not good enough.
And look, challenging that voice isn't a one-and-done kind of thing. It's a constant practice. So let's just reinforce the most important question you can possibly ask in that moment. What would the kindest, most supportive person in my life say to me right now? And that is the voice you need to cultivate. It's the voice that says stumbling isn't a sign of failure. It's just proof that you're human, proof that you're trying. That is the voice of self-compassion.
And let's be really clear about something. Being kind to yourself is not weakness. It's not self-pity. It is a strategic advantage. I mean, research literally shows that on the days we practice self-compassion, we are more resilient, more creative, and we actually make more progress toward our goals.
So, the next time you feel that familiar knot start to tighten in your stomach, you're not just going to spiral, you're going to act. In fact, let's try something right now, together. A really simple breathing exercise called a box breath.
Okay, ready? Let's breathe in together for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. Now hold that breath at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And now, slowly breathe out for 4, 3, 2, 1.
And just hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel that? Even that tiny pause, that's you taking back control in real time.
This is your practice. It's that simple. You name it, hello anxiety, you anchor yourself with your routine, you reframe your thoughts by speaking like a friend, you shift your focus to helping someone else, and you visualize your success. Every single time you do this, you are literally rewiring your brain for calm.
Look, overcoming anxiety doesn't mean it's never going to knock on your door again. Of course it will. But it means that when it does, you'll have the tools, you'll have the self-compassion, and you will have the strength to look it right in the eye and say with confidence, not today.
So I want you to remember this. The mind that worries, that is the exact same mind that dreams, that solves problems, that creates, and that connects with other people. You are not your anxiety. You are the one who overcomes it.